Warning: the content of the video that you are about to watch pertains to the harvest of fur-bearing wildlife through the practice of ethical, sound wildlife management of modern-day trapping. If this bothers you, if it triggers you in any way, shape, or form, please leave this channel now. Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. Guys, what I got for you today is a little bit of a different approach to running cubbies for bobcats. I think you're really going to like it. Now, we're not actually out on a trapping location at this point in time because it's hotter than the hinges of hell here. The season of suck is definitely upon us today, so I'm in the shade. So you're going to kind of have to use your imagination just a little bit. So I think you're going to like this. I think this type of cubby, you can run it with a foothold, you can use a conibear, you can use a snare, simply because you're not asking the cat to actually commit to anything, but yet you are in a sense. So without any further ado, let's flip things around here and get set up on it. All right, gang, so you can kind of see what we got going on here. And I'll get up there closer. I just want you to see from the side view what I'm looking at here. What I did is I stuck a bunch of cedar limbs in the ground there. You don't have to use cedar. If you don't, you can use pine. But if you don't have either one in your country, you can always use sage. You could use juniper. You could just pile some brush and leaves and sticks up there. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. The main thing is we don't want the cat to feel hemmed up or blocked in or crowded in any way. Now, granted, we understand cats will crowd. You can crowd a cat pretty easy, but this set is a little different, a little unique. We've got our flagging out here in front of our set, which is exactly where it should be to get the cat's attention. Now, we're not allowing that cat to see anything in that cubby until he is right directly in front of it. That's very important. Okay, the cat cannot see what we're offering until he is right smack dab in front of it. Now, if for some reason your state doesn't allow you to use fur or feathers as an attraction, you can always hang, a CD out here. You can hang a piece of tinsel, a Christmas bulb, anything of that sort. You could always put a piece of PVC pipe in that trench, and I have cut that trench. And the reason I did is that just offers that cat more of a place to follow into that cubby. That's what we're asking him to do. Okay, now here's the trick to it though. The cubby is open on both ends, so that cat can see directly through that thing. There's absolutely nothing to hinder that cat. We're asking him to simply go down the trench and go through the tunnel or the cubby there. That's all we're doing. Like I said, you could put a foothold in it. You can hang a snare out here in the opening. You could put a conibear in front of it. Whatever you choose to do. Just cover both ends. It's that simple. As far as baits and lures, a good smear of Death Valley out here, which is a long distance call out here in front. Then you could use a big shot of, say, Predator Buster, or a big smear of Bad Company in there. Both of those are tremendous cat takers. You could also use Cat Call. You could use Whisker Twister, Blackfoot, Aces and Eights, any one of those, or a combination of them. Now, that's the way I like to run them. I like a multitude, I'll get it spit out in a minute, a multitude of smells here, okay? Because you never know what's going to trigger that cat. You don't know what's going to trip his trigger to make him go through there or make him step in to investigate. Now, we'll set this up, and I'll actually set the traps in there to show you just about exactly where they would go. Now then, if we were to hang snares on each end of this, and this is one of my cat snares here. This is a total of 5 feet of length, roughly 3 feet of 7x7, 3/32, about 2 foot to 27 inches to hang this 6-inch loop. And it would go about 8 to 10 inches up off the ground, and it would go right out here in very front of the walkthrough just in case for some reason that cat didn't want to commit. This is where the snare would hang, is out here in the very front. Okay, same way with a foothold. Now I like to run, if I'm running footholds, I like to run them on drag simply so that the cat can get away from it and he's not tearing up my cubby, okay? Plus I've already got a trap on the other end in case there happens to be another customer come through, I can catch him on that end. What you're doing is you're covering this in with a trap, you're covering that in with a trap of some kind, whether it's conibear, snare, or foothold, and you've got a chance at him coming in or going on through. So if you're running foothold, you've got eight chances, 4 going in, 4 going out, to catch that cat. Okay, big old number 3 double long spring, which is one of my absolute all-time favorite cat traps. I would bury the trap. I would not leave it exposed. I would bed and bury the trap. I'm not going to here because it's just, there's no reason to, in my opinion. I've got this hump of dirt out here in front that I've dug out for added eye appeal, but also to act as a stepping guide too as well. So the trap would go out here quite a little ways to the front, not back in here, but out here, because that cat may hang up right here. Okay, he may not take that step to go into our bait or lure. He may just hang back here, which cats are notorious for doing. So I want that trap back here instead of up there, okay, if that makes sense to you. Same way on the other end. I want it, and the longer you can make these things, guys, the more attractive they are and the better they work. This was just a kind of throw together kind of quick deal for this video, but the longer you can make them, if you can get them, you know, 4 or 5 feet long, they have a lot more appeal, they have a lot more attraction to them. But again, the trap would go out here, way out here in front like so, put in our, you know, we would bury it, as I said, just in case a red fox, just in case a coyote, just in case a gray fox come through. We want to be able to pick those animals up as well. When you're doing this for a living, you have to take everything that's available to you, and you have to take every customer that comes through. Now with a conibear, I would go ahead and come on out with my blocking, and the conibear would set again out here closer to the front, way to the front, so that if that cat hung up back here but he wanted to take one more step just to get one more smell, to get one more whiff of those wonderful lures and baits that we have in there for him, he's going to stick his head through the conibear. Now, I will admit conibears don't work as well in this type of situation, but they will work, okay? I'd rather have a snare or a foothold here if I possibly can. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video here. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to watch, and if you would, please just hit that thumbs up for me. That's all I'm asking. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.